Hello dear viewers, welcome to our 7th exercise in Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So today we are going to tackle the following exercise. We are requested to open a spreadsheet program and key in the data as it appears in sheet 1. Then we save the workbook as Juice supplied in the next exam folder. So we have this worksheet here. So we are going to open the spreadsheet program and we key in the following information as it appears. So I have already done that on my Excel program. So I'll just open my spreadsheet program, that is the Excel. Here it is, and you can see that I have been able to key in that data. So you are just to highlight from cell range A1 up to cell range E11. You go to borders, then you click all borders. So you apply borders for that particular range that you have been able to key in into your computer under the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Then we will proceed to the next question. The question here says, question B, copy the content in sheet 1 to sheet 2. We copy the content in sheet 1 to sheet 2. So I'll go back to my program. You can see that we have sheet 1, we have sheet 2 and sheet 3. So I left click at the corner above row 1 at this corner here. Then I click on the copy button. So after copying, I click down here under sheet 2. Then I click on paste. So I have copied that data from sheet 1 and I have pasted it under the sheet 2. So I can click anywhere. Can then go to the next question, which says, insert a blank row above the column headers. Insert a blank row above the column headers. So the row number 1 here, it is the one which has the column headers. In short, it has the headings. Therefore you right click under the row 1, then I click on insert. Therefore I have inserted a new row above the column headings. After that, and go to the next question, which says, type the title Andy's Juice Company in the inserted row. Andy's Juice Company in the inserted row. So I'll go back to my program. So I'll go back to my program. Then I just click there and I type the heading, Andy's Juice Company. After typing that, I just click anywhere outside. Then I proceed to the next question, which says, merge and center the title to cover the cells A1 to E1. I merge and center the title to cover the cells A1 to E1. Therefore I'll highlight from A1 here up to E1. That is the cell range. Therefore I just highlight from cell range A1 here up to E1. Then I click on merge and center. So you can see that that particular information has been centered. Therefore I can bold the title or the heading. Then I go to the next question. As well, I can click on this button for all borders, so that the heading will have the borders. So after that, question C number Roman 4 says, apply the font size 17 to the title. Apply font size 17 to the title. Therefore I go to the application, I just click that title, then under the font here under the home, I go to the size, and they say we apply size 17. If you look keenly here, we don't have size 17, we only have 16 and 18, which is near the 17. Therefore, under the 11 here, you just type on your keyboard 17, which is 17. You type 17, then you click enter under your keyboard, and you can see that the heading title has increased the font size to 17. So if the size that is given is not provided under the font size, you just type that particular size that you wish to format the heading to. Again, we will proceed to the next question, D, which says use a formula with the cell references only to compute the following. Use a formula with the cell references only to compute. Roman 1, we compute the selling price, given that the selling price is the buying price increased by 20%. We use a formula to compute the selling price, whereby the selling price is given by the buying price increased by 20%. Therefore, I'll go back to my program. Then I add another column here. I can apply all borders. I click on the ending, then I type selling price. So I type selling price. I can bold all the titles. I bolded them and I apply the wrap text. So I write selling price. Then we are told that to find the selling price, given that selling price is the buying price increased by 20%. Therefore, you type equal sign. Then we click on the buying price, that is the value 65. Then plus, I open the bracket. When they say it's increased by 20%, it means the selling price is the buying price plus. So adding, we add the 20%, so you write 20%. Then we multiply by the buying price. And we close the brackets. So the selling price is the buying price increased by 20% of the buying price. So that will give us the selling price. So you click enter. So you can see that the buying price is 65 and the selling price will be 78 for the oranges. Why? Because the buying price has been increased by 20% of that particular buying price. So after getting the answer, you just come at the corner, you drag down all the answers to the rest of the cells. That's how we get the selling price for all the types of juice. Then we do the next question, which says still using the formula, compute the value of juice not sold based on the buying price. You compute the value of juice not sold based on the buying price. So I'll go back to Excel program, then I add another column here. I can apply all borders. Then I type value of juice not sold. Value of juice not sold based on the buying price. So the value of juice not sold is equals to the number of bottles, the initial number of bottles that you had, minus the number of bottles sold. So we minus, it's the number of bottles, the initial number of bottles, minus the number of bottles sold, for us to get the number of bottles that were not sold. And since we want to get the value of the juice not sold, it is the number of bottles minus number of bottles sold, then multiplied by the buying price, because we are told to find the value of juice not sold based on the buying price. So it is the number of bottles minus the number of bottles not sold, then we multiply by the buying price, then we click enter. After that, you just drag down the formula and you paste the formula to all the other cells for each type of juice. So that is it. So having done that, we'll go to the next question, which says create a bar chart with appropriate labels to compare the number of bottles of mango and orange juice supplied. Create a bar chart with appropriate labels to compare the number of bottles of mango and orange juice supplied. So we specifically need to only create a bar chart that will compare the number of bottles for only mango and orange juice supplied. Therefore, we'll go to our program. We copy the whole of the sheet 2. So you click here, then you click copy. You go to sheet 3, then you paste that data. So after pasting this data under sheet 3, we are now going to highlight all the types of juice. Starting from the ending types of juice, we highlight all that. Then we sort this data. So we click on sort and filter. Then we click on filter button. After that, we press this arrow here. We select all the types of juice, and we specifically choose mango and orange. Then you press OK. So you can see that we have filtered that data, and we have only remained with the types of juice which are orange and mangoes. So after that, we highlight the types of juice. You long press Ctrl key, then you highlight the number of bottles sold. They are saying that we create a bar chart to compare the number of bottles, the types of juice which is orange and mango, with the number of bottles supplied. So supplied, they are the ones which were sold. Therefore, just highlight the types of juice, long press Ctrl, then you highlight the number of bottles sold, then you click on insert, click on bar chart, and you press the first icon for the bar chart. So we will have our information here, which is the number of bottles sold. Then you remember to change the chart layout, and this is the best layout to use. Therefore, you click that. That will be able to see the number of bottles sold. Then we have, if it is orange, it will show you the values down here for the number of bottles that were sold. So again, we can click this button here, and you can choose any color of your choice. For example, you can just choose that, and you can drag this wherever you need to apply it. Maybe you can apply it there. So that is it. We have our chart there. Then we are going to rename sheet 3. I right click sheet 3. I click rename. Then we can call it bar chart. We rename this as bar chart. Then you can click anywhere. Then since I had already saved my work, I'll just click on the save button. So I click save. So having done that, we are going to save the changes to print out later, the sheet 2 and the bar chart. So as you can see, I have my sheet 2 here, which has this the values which we have calculated in the selling price and the value of juice not sold. Then I have the bar chart here, which has the chart that we have inserted. So we are done with exercise 7. Thanks so much for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and to share with your friends, like and comment. Thank you very much.